Right. Welcome, 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 everybody. And hello to you guys. Good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to the Saaghe Fogwe podcast. Wherever you're watching from, we say a shout out to you. Make sure you drop it in the comments so we know where you're watching this show from. Today we have a special one, a very, very, very special show today. It's going to be interesting. The topic today is what? Passion and purpose. It's been a series of passion and purpose. We've had people talk about their passion, turning it into purpose. Today we're talking about vocal and digital gifts. Someone is coming to showcase those gifts. And this person I've known for all his life. All his life. So when we bring him on, we'll have some stories to tell here. He didn't know we'll tell stories today, but we will be telling some stories. But I want to welcome to the stage, to your screen, into your living room, onto your phone. My little brother, my true little brother, from all the way from Toronto, Canada. He's joining us remotely, so he's not in studio with me. But welcome, MC Zogho.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please, no
Well,
storytelling. No
yeah, there
storytelling,
will be
please.
stories. We have to tell some stories today. While we're setting up to tell some stories, let me share the link with you real quick so that we can start getting people on. If you're not subscribed yet, click the subscribe button, guys, and the notification bell so that when we go live, you can tell. Um, so we're not, and your job will just be to share to those who are not subscribed, right? There will be some stories. So this this man, grown man, used to sit either on my lap, on my back, on my waist. Used to eat from the same plate with me.
Oh Lord.
We have to tell some stories today.
Yeah.
There's no way we can avoid it. Um, but if you're just joining us, guys, please feel free. Is that mine?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, sorry. Still battling with technology here. It's a learning
Oh.
process, guys. All right. So I'm sending it to you, MC Zogo,
Yeah, please.
and then we'll share. I know there are people waiting, waiting, waiting for this link. Guys, keep sharing before we go into the conversation here.
Mm.
Yeah, share, share, share. And a couple more, and then we should go right into it.
Mhm.
I'll have to be bribed not to tell some deep stories.
It's too late for bribes. Let's go. Let's tell stories.
Cash flow, cash app, there's cash app, Zelle, Venmo.
It's too late now. Too late.
World remade. My phone is right here. I'll see the notification if
Uh
I get the
oh.
cash. PayPal
Okay. All right. Let's see.
for the bribe.
Say,
Anyways, guys.
yep.
All right. So, okay. So let's go right into it. So some people know you, others don't.
Hmm.
I know you.
Yep.
But introduce yourself. I know your stage name is MC Zogo. But introduce yourself to those who don't know you. Give us some background on who we're talking to.
Well, I go by the name MC Zogho, the versatile voice of AfroFusion. My real names are Peya Ajinvo Zomzogo. A lot of people will say Zomzogo because it's the way it's spelled.
Mm-hmm.
And Zomzogo is where the name MC Zogo comes from. MC Zogo is short for for Zomzogo, which is sing and rise, because I was born on Easter Sunday morning. And I believe the name is living up to expectation because I'm here singing and making music and sharing the gift of sound
Mm-hmm.
through voice and making songs today. I'm also uh, a couple of things: a digital marketer. I do digital marketing, and so I guess it falls in place for digital gifts too, as we're talking about vocal and digital gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've
Where
been in
were you
Canada,
born?
Cameroon, Kumba.
Kumba, na
I
Kumba Pikin.
Yeah, they strongly in my
Born in
blood.
Kumba.
Although it's not good, I think Kumba has a bad rep for having stubborn people. I don't think we are all stubborn. Who we people born in Kumba are not always stubborn.
I'll
We
let
just have a
Tori
bad
Day
rep.
respond to that one. I'm gonna let the producer respond to that one. I
Right?
wasn't born there, but I've lived there for 3 years. So
Yeah. So born and bred, and then went all. So just imagine born in Kumba, and then all the way to Ntamulong in Cameroon, in Bamenda, which is
Bamenda.
the next hotspot for hotheads, and then grew up there. Basically traveled around with our dad because our dad is a pastor and still was traveling a lot, being transferred from one parish to the other and spreading the word of God with the whole family. Although we didn't want to move that much, I for one, I would rather just stay some particular place. But we did move a lot, and here we are right now in Canada, still making music,
Mhm.
and yeah.
All
So
right.
here we are. Yeah,
So that's it in a nutshell, right? Well,
yeah,
we'll get to know him more as we talk. So growing up, I never saw the music. I
yeah.
don't think I saw. I mean, there's certain things when you have family members, you have kids, you have relatives that have talents, but
Hmm.
those talents don't get because you see certain things about that person. You don't see everything about them. So they
Yeah.
might have a talent. Like he was good with. You were good with music. You were good with soccer.
Hmm.
Um, the digital side we didn't, that came out later. We didn't know that, but tell me when you really realized that you had a musical talent, or what brought it out.
It's basically it's just because throughout school, and I remember my earliest childhood memories are in the YP.
Mm-hmm.
I remember performing at I didn't perform. I don't think I was singing. I just remember there was a big crowd and there were all the palm fronts when the Presbyterian church rallies were happening. I remember I was there. I remember I had this traditional the knife with the sword and the graphy. Uh, so we had
Togo. The Togo.
Yeah, Togo. I had this. I was wearing one of those, and those are my earliest childhood memories. So, growing up with that, and then going to secondary school and boarding school, and we started performing other people's songs. Um, and then to university, where there was a lack of an MC for one particular event. It was the PSS Barefoot Ex Students Association. It was a night where there was a lot of performances, and I was just freestyling basically and talking, and then the music will come on, and we're just singing around with the music, with the
Mm-hmm.
instrumentals.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy whose girlfriend was performing at one of these events, he was like, "Oh, I like the way you're freestyling. Would you like to come perform at my party?" They had a party in Douala. I was like, "Sure." I didn't know anything like that. And once we went there, I did a great job. I started making money from that. I was like, "Oh, okay, so this is a way to make money." And I was like, "Okay,
Mm-hmm.
sure." And I started trying to record songs. I went to the studio first time in Boya. What do they call it? Chilean music. It was so I tried to do it wasn't a song actually, it was a spot for an event. So basically that's how we started. Then I started
When
trying
we
to
thought
do
you were in school in Boya.
I wasn't
Wow, we
doing no
thought you were in school.
I wasn't.
How many school fee?
It's
Spend
okay.
how much
It wa-
school
it was quite a bit, but it's going to pay off. Maybe it's definitely going to pay off because over the years, since the me transitioning from just a student to an artist, I've been living off of music a little bit, not full time because I've never really taken it as a full time. I've really just been studying the industry, studying the
fee?
music, and it has been interesting because you have to invest time and money to learn
Mhm,
and do all these things.
mhm,
But I've grown into the music industry. I've studied a lot, and now there is a lot of opportunities to put these lessons that I've learned in the music industry to use, not just for myself, but for other artists that are coming up
mhm,
who might need this knowledge. I'm putting together something for especially Cameroonian artists who are growing
mhm.
up. I'm putting together something for everybody. Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
don't mind that school fees. Maybe Lorna and Sam and Seth, maybe they're. and everybody else,
they'll
maybe
benefit
they're
from
gonna
it.
benefit from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
from from their talented uncle.
Yeah.
So explain to somebody who's non-musical
Hmm.
what Afrofusion means, because it's a word we just throw it out there and we hear it, right? That Afrofusion.
It's not a real
Explain.
word.
Yeah, it's coined, right? It's a
Yeah.
word that has been coined. So explain to somebody who doesn't understand your genre of music what
Hmm.
Afrofusion means.
Afro Afrofusion is Afrobeats that is welcoming to other genres. So it's Afrofusion, it's Afrobeats that is not like, okay, I'm Afrobeat. It's like you can work with other genres, you can infuse other musical instruments from other genres like dancehall music, reggae, hip hop, what else? R&B, pop music. So that's what
Mhm.
Afrofusion is, and that's the genre that Burna Boy does. That's Burna Boy's
Mm,
genre. And when I saw Burna Boy say he does Afrofusion, I was like, that's my genre. What
that's
can
my
you?
thing.
That's my thing, bro.
That's my thing.
But
So
yeah,
you didn't get it from Burna Boy. Burna Boy got it from you.
no, it's just because we vibrate in the same
In the
spheres. We
sense.
vibrate in the same, that space up there. And we're like, yeah, yeah. But that's what Afrofusion is. It's just Afrobeats mixed with whatever else.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
give us a little taste of Afrofusion.
Afrofusion will be
Freestyle, a little
freestyle.
freestyle.
Sitting here on the live streaming, sitting with my big sister, chilling. Story day, not time shot. But we
All
don't go
right.
take no gunshot.
All
That's a
right.
little freestyle right
A
there.
little
I
a
should have
little freestyle there.
I should have accompanied it with something. But Afrofusion is very electronic, so it's very
Hmm.
little acoustics, and
Hmm.
there's not a lot of live instruments. That's what makes Afrofusion. Yeah.
Yeah. So right now, I mean, you have a lot of songs. You have on YouTube, and MC Zogo on YouTube. If anybody wants to look him up, he has
Yeah.
a bunch of songs on YouTube. So right now, you've done quite a bit.
Yeah.
What is next? What is next for MC Zogo? What can we look forward to? I know you've done concerts in Canada. You've done some concerts in Toronto, other cities, right?
Yeah.
What's next for your music? For your music, can we look for a concert in Dallas? Have you come out to Dallas and
Definitely,
showcase
but
a little
it
bit?
wouldn't it wouldn't be an MC Zogo concert. It would be like, to see how the musical scene is. Maybe just come for another event and just be part of it. Maybe like a guest
Okay.
artist and see how But I have a lot of people in the US that are wondering why I've never been to the US to come perform, and
Mhm.
so it's going to be interesting to come down to the US with the rebirth, because that's I'm contemplating between the rebirth and the ambassador. I have two
Mm,
albums that I'm
mhm,
working on. So I have the ambassador that I've been working on for some years, but the rebirth is the album that I want to self-produce. I want to
mhm,
play all the instrumentals. I want to do everything, produce, record, mix, and master all by myself. Although
mhm,
a lot of musical gatekeepers in Canada say, don't do that. It's not a very great idea to do that. But I'm working on those albums, and then I'll decide which of them. But definitely to the US, I'll definitely come down to the US to showcase my talent. I think there is space for me to there's a vacuum in the US that I need to come fill.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, we're looking forward to it. That will be a good way to kind of showcase a little bit, and like you
yeah,
said, to test out the musical scene, right?
yeah.
Speak to us about collaboration. Um, what who have you collaborated with? Who are you looking to collaborate with? Because collaboration is very important in every industry. You
Yes.
cannot be an island. You cannot go build your MC Zogo island somewhere
No. Yeah,
and breathe your own air and do your own thing. You have
exactly.
to be able to collaborate with people. So who have you collaborated with, and who do you think you can collaborate with or plan to?
Musically, I've collaborated with a lot of local artists here in Toronto. I've collaborated with the some Cameroonian artists, Nigerians, Ethiopians. I've worked with. Right now, I just got an invite to the studio to do a song with these Jamaican artists. I have two Jamaican artists that I'm looking to do songs with. One is Black Kesha Black. We met at the show, and another
Mm-hmm.
one is Fabi G's, and it's
Mm-hmm.
we have those. We have collaborations, and not just musically. We have musical project collaborations like
Mm-hmm.
creating platforms not just for ourselves because we have to. It's not just about the music itself now, but there's a lot of collaborations coming up. I had an advance to collaborate with Masha Montano, the guy who does the soca, the king of soca music, the king
Mm-hmm.
of Trini soca music. I didn't follow through with that because I couldn't go down to Trinidad at that point in time. But I still have the connect. I think the guy lives not too far from me. The guy who gave me that link, I got the advance, and as you know, I used it up already. But
You better deliver.
definitely, I'll have
we,
to.
we don't want to bail you out from
No,
somewhere.
we don't have a contract anyway, so there was no
Okay.
contract.
It was a verbal, it was a handshake.
It was a handshake with
A
something in it.
handshake.
It was a nice handshake. I was like, "Oh, thanks. Oh, okay. Let's look at this." Yeah,
Okay. I think we froze for a minute, but we're
yeah,
back.
yeah.
So yeah. So yeah, so it was a handshake and a wink.
hmm I was like, you're gonna, yeah. I don't know. It was from my first song that I did, which is
Hmm.
Hey Missy. The vibe is a little soca kind of vibe. So when the guy heard it, he was like, I have a connection with Masha Montano. If you want to work with him, we had a couple of meetings discussing the project about going down to Trinidad for the
Hmm.
carnival and all of that. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
because you
definitely
did
we're going to
you
look
did
into it.
one during the World Cup, right? One of your songs was during the World Cup.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like Makenule B because too much talking doesn't fill a bucket. You guys should stop talking, play soccer, score the goals, stop
Yeah.
all the things.
So, before I ask him more questions, this kid, I can call him a kid, right? I'm 13 years older, so I can call him a kid.
Yeah,
So this is a pastor's child, and on Sunday morning, when we're going to church, who is at PS Tamlung playing soccer and like actively playing soccer.
yeah,
And our dad's driving by. We're driving by to church, and I guess he had he was tired of the young Presbyterian, the wifey that he talked about earlier.
yeah,
Is he playing ball? So he loved soccer. He would have really, if we had pushed enough, he would have gone far in his soccer career and
yeah.
even been professional. But parents and siblings, we don't think in that light at that time because we think like it's a distraction. We thought about it as if it was a distraction. But he's good. And so, do you still play soccer?
Definitely, I still play. I recently quit my Cameroon soccer team here. It's Cameroon FC.
Hmm.
Just because of I don't know. It was just it was more than the soccer because for me, soccer is to bring you together to develop other things, right? But
Hmm.
since and then I moved out of the city that was very close
Hmm.
and accessible to the team. But definitely this I'm looking for recreational soccer in my new city where I live, and I'm definitely going to play up. I'm getting back to into shape, working out, getting ready for the soccer season.
Yeah, because
Definitely
you
still
love
have
you
some
love
goals to score.
you love to eat, so you have to keep playing soccer to
Exactly.
stay in shape.
Otherwise, I'm going to grow out of shape. Yeah.
All right, so let's switch gears a little bit and go over to digital.
Yeah.
So you did mention earlier that you're a digital marketer.
Yeah.
Who is a digital marketer? What does a digital marketer do for someone who has never heard that term? We've had someone on the show who kind of does the same thing, but for someone who never watched the other show,
Yeah.
explain to us what digital marketing is.
Digital marketing is the is the art of basically putting together strategies to increase sales for businesses. So we put together. campaigns, like marketing campaigns, like social media marketing, running advertisement, being the creatives. There's a lot of, it's very broad. So most people focus on particular aspects, like website designing, people who design websites, people who write blogs. Those are most supposed to be marketers, but everybody
Mhm.
just want to do that. But okay. So there's it's supposed to be the not necessarily, but the people who promote the blogs, who have the strategies to get the
Mhm.
blogs in front of the consumers, the social media consumers. That's marketing. That digital marketing is the art of uh, of branding
Mhm.
and selling products, creating and creating product images is too broad to put into one sentence. But
Yeah.
marketing is the art of increasing sales through strategic campaigns that target particular audiences in the market. Yeah.
So how I mean how are you using this skill right now? So how can this either help the community, or how can the community, it has to be a two-way street. How can you help the community with this skill, and how can you be assisted to enhance the digital marketing skill that you possess?
So, Mark, it's a as you say, it's a two-way street. First of all, the business owners need to they seldom really appreciate the importance of marketing, and that's why a lot of African businesses suffer when it comes to the various industries, because they're like, oh, I have this number of people, I have social media, I can do this, but you need a strategy. So you need marketing. If you have a business, you need a marketing department. Just as you create the products and services, you need a particular department that is going to push it. And it's not just for products or services, it's also for ideas. Like if you have an idea that you need to push, if you have whatever, you need to put it together. As Nigerians say, packaging. You
Mm-hmm.
have to package it, you have to put it in a way that people are going to understand, and you have to find the people that are, so marketing basically looks for the people that are that need your product. A lot of people try to sell to people that are not looking for the product, and they say, oh,
Mm-hmm.
my business is suffering, but you need to find the people that actually need your product. And that's what marketing does, because we go into social media, we look at statistics, we look at what people are looking at, and
Mm-hmm.
we get them to, we connect them, we show them, oh, look at something, I know you like this, do you want this too? And then that's so we bring them to that, like in the community. If you have basically anything, marketing is too broad. It starts from creating logos, you can create from logos, websites, email campaigns, social media campaigns, automation, where you shrink down the number of employees that you have and get them, and just it's too much. And I think a
Mm-hmm.
lot of marketers will be very mad at me
For giving out
for
their
giving
their
out
secrets.
their whole secret.
Well,
But
I mean, yeah,
mhm,
it is a skill. I mean, it's a skill that, the problem with our community is, and I've said it before on the show, is that we most people want to do everything.
yeah,
You want to do everything, even if it's not your niche. First of
yeah,
all, you talk about a target audience. You have to know your niche, know
yeah,
who you're reaching out to, know who needs your products, who needs your idea, right? And
yeah,
then when you find it, you can't do everything, so you have to always find that expert.
yeah,
And I always refer to my producer here. I'm
yeah,
no expert with the camera and any of those things. I'm no expert with any of those things, so I can't sit and and be prideful to say that, oh, I can do this by myself. No, I wouldn't be able to switch between the screens
exactly.
and do all those things. That's why you reach out to somebody who can do it for you. The
Hmm.
thing is, we have, of course, there are challenges too, right? The
Yeah,
challenges of time, things turning around on time,
yeah,
and getting things the way you want it. And and then you always have where people want to go outside of our community to a different community. So
yeah,
speak to people in your community or our community that might need digital marketing services, but they're a little bit hesitant because there's the stereotype that we are not reliable ourselves.
yeah,
So
yeah.
speak to people like that, and yeah.
It's so. people need to not like we are all very similar and all very different. People will project because they are not sure, they are not very confident in their competence or in their abilities. They think that everybody around is not like a business person who is just venturing into business, not because they are passionate about what they are selling. um they think they might think that, okay, I'm just not very certain that everybody is as passionate as I am, and I'm not sure that they'll be good at what they do. And once they see somebody else who presents them an image of perfection, they
Mm-hmm.
think that that is the way to go. But yeah, it's all about image. But a lot of people need to come back to the basics. We have everything, that we have the brains, we have our community is complete. We just need
Very
to,
rich. Yeah,
yeah,
very
it's very
rich.
rich, because first of
Mm-hmm.
all, everything else, every other race that people like to run to are Africans. Everybody is African. Everybody is African. So
Oh Lord, why God?
but that's one thing that I'm working on right now. I'm working on a whole platform that's focused on reminding people that Africa is the is the mother of all civilizations, and that we have to respect ourselves enough to be respected by others. Since we don't respect ourselves, we want respect from other people, but that's not going to happen. If we don't show that we are unified, it's going to be easy for other people to come in. I'm just going off topic right now, but it's easy
No,
for
I
other
mean
people,
it's still, yeah, it's still within line. It's not really off topic.
right?
Because we're talking about, our community
Community.
and how you can showcase, your skills. So
Hmm.
it's with line. I'll bring you back if you go too
Please.
far. OT
I
off
know.
topic.
I know. It's always it's very tricky, because like a marketer, if I see a business, I made a mistake when I launched my business. The first time I launched my marketing agency, I didn't set expectations with a lot of my clients. I didn't let them know that marketing is a process. It's like product development.
Hmm.
It takes time. You have to first of all, I have to take time to analyze. A lot of people don't have patience when it comes to marketing, which is very common, because a lot of people think that marketing is, oh, you post one ad and then you're gonna get all these sales.
Even your sister right here, she's
I, uh,
guilty. You
I'm
can
not.
call her name. That's
I'm not
fine.
trying. I'm not trying to
That's
call you
fine.
out.
That's fine. Call me out.
I'm not calling you out. The thing is, it's not just you. You did great. Like working together with you, you do great. You are like, okay. You have to understand the whole idea, because first of all, marketing has something they call a funnel. The first step of marketing is to create awareness. Once you have the awareness, then you come down to the consideration stage, where the ideal cost, although it's your ideal customer, is the person that will buy your product. First
Hmm.
of all, they have to look at your product, what you're offering, then they'll consider it, then they'll make a decision, then they will become brand ambassadors.
Hmm.
That is what happens. So let me take an example for MC Zogo's music. For all these years, I've just been building awareness. I don't
Hmm.
think I've really done enough, because awareness has a lot more work to do in it. It has strategies you have to really push. You have to do advertisements. You have to do this. You have to do a lot of outreach, collaborations with influencers, and all of that.
Hmm.
That is just to build awareness for any business. And a lot of businesses don't have the patience to do that. And once they don't see those results in the first month, they start getting weary, and they're like, "Oh,
Hmm.
I've seen that happen a lot." But once you're signing a contract with a business, you have to let them know, okay, this is going to take this much of time. We said they call them SMART goals. First 3 months, we are going to increase your awareness by this much, and then the next. And but those are some of the errors that we make, and
Hmm.
we grow and we learn. But now that I'm relaunching, I'm really focused on serving my community. A lot of
Hmm.
people like a lot of people in my community need marketing. They have great products, and their marketing strategies are not solid, and so
Hmm.
it's their products are not going to sell, and they're going to give up. Meanwhile, they have great products, great services, but you need marketing, you need a strategy, you need to get it out there, and you need to believe that, yeah, you need to
Yeah,
believe in
and we
your.
have a lot of platforms in our community that can showcase what people do. That's what this podcast is also about. It's about showcasing what people do.
Mm-hmm.
because we have a lot of closet business people.
Yep.
You're doing your business in the closet. Nobody,
Exactly.
you're around people all the time. You're
Mm-hmm.
not talking about what you do. You're not proud of what you do, or you're afraid to talk about it because you don't want people to shun
Judge.
you
Mm-hmm.
or reject you. People are afraid of rejection. So
Yep.
because you're afraid of rejection, you don't tell people what you do. And then later on, somebody finds out that you did something, a service, or
Mm-hmm.
you have a product that they needed maybe 3 months ago. And because you
Yep.
didn't talk about it. So the marketing part of it is really important. And networking is
Yes.
important.
True.
Networking, being able to to reach out to someone who can help you, just like was saying. So you're relaunching, you said you're relaunching your business.
Yes.
So tell us what the business name is, how people can reach you, and things like that. Is there a website yet, or are we still working on a website and things like
The
that?
the website is not officially launched, but I should be launching the website by the end of January. It's Zappy Digital Services. Zappy is happy and fast.
Mm-hmm.
So and right now I have collaborators from all over the world. I had a meeting earlier today with the actual people that are the not the actual people, the people that I'm going to be collaborating with to carry
Mm-hmm.
out the task. So I cannot do it all by myself, because
Mm-hmm.
what we are looking to do is not just a couple of in businesses that we're going to be working with. We're going to be working with a lot of businesses, and I'm going to be very vocal about my business. I'm going to be very vocal about a lot of things. I'm going to put it out there, work to businesses, work to networking events, and do all the things, so that if, especially in my community should get ready to get fed up with me, because I'm going to be in their faces a lot this time around.
That's
But
good.
yeah, I'm going. A lot of people also talking about rejection. People should not be scared of rejection, because rejection is redirection. Because once you get rejected, you just, that means this is not where you're supposed to be. Once you're rejected here, you're like, oh, okay, so maybe later. I know you are not seeing my importance now, but maybe later, once I
Mm-hmm.
once I walk over here, and then I'll bring you the testimonials, and you'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple of testimonials on my website. I have people that I work with this lady that did a documentary for the 9/11, for September 11
Mm-hmm.
hero dogs, the dogs that were looking for people in the garbage of the World Trade Center. So we did a strategy. I had to put. She's building the platform for. I just talk a lot of but yeah, so there's a lot of work that we are doing on the ground. We're working with a lot of people from different communities. I
Mm-hmm.
really want my community to. I really appreciate if my community starts looking at the importance of marketing and the importance of collaborations, and not
Mm-hmm.
just money upfront. Because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you have to do some pro bono work for some people. Like
Yeah, I was gonna say that you took
exactly,
that right out of my mouth. Yeah, you
yeah,
took that right out of my mouth. I was
exactly.
thinking, yeah, what are the things that you
Hmm.
can offer in the community to, first of all, gain that confidence, so people know that, you're giving back to the community, right? Even
Yep.
before you even make it,
Yes.
make it big, you give back to the community, so people see your heart, they see what you can do. And then your work will show for itself, because you don't have to talk too much.
Hmm.
Your work will be there. Yes, you'll be vocal about telling people what you do, but
Yep.
yeah, talk about pro bono work. What kind of pro bono work would you do, so people know?
Pro bono, mostly what I would do for pro bono, because there are certain, like, I don't mind doing a lot of work for a lot of people. The one thing we need to do is to assess your business. We want to do a consultation to make sure that we see the gaps in your marketing strategy, if you have one. If not, then we are going to develop one for you. We can come up with just the pillars of your marketing strategy, and then you decide if that sounds good or not. If you want us to develop the actual strategy and fill it out, and get it, the day-to-day action steps. So
Mm-hmm.
we're going to do a lot of free consultations to get people just to see the importance of marketing, to see how it could impact their business, and then from there they'll make decisions for themselves if they want to invest in marketing or not. But definitely I'll encourage people to do that. There's a lot of stuff, like some light branding work that we can do for people for free, get them to understand their strengths and their weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do their SWOT analysis, their strengths, their weaknesses, opportunities that they have, their threats, and how they can really position themselves in the
Mm-hmm.
industry.
Yeah.
But these
Okay.
are things that I've learned after the first run of my business, and then
Mm-hmm.
I had to take a retreat and then really sit down and see, okay, what didn't work out right, and then now
Yeah.
we're relaunching. Yeah,
Very important. Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, you have to fail sometimes to make it work, right? And
yeah,
then mentorship is very important.
yeah.
Having a mentor and also being willing to mentor other people, is that
Hmm.
something that you eventually fit into your business strategy to mentor? Because we want to teach the young people too. I'm all about legacy, right? Leaving something for the young ones. So
Exactly.
is that something that you'll be open to, and how will you help the community with that to mentor other people so that they learn these strategies, and you have the help, because there are times when you're going to need little jobs done that you cannot do,
Yeah.
and so yeah, so how will you fit that in?
It's all about that. Long story short, I'm going to be working with a lot of people from back home who are interested in getting jobs, who are interested in getting um, who are interested in getting careers in marketing. So we're going to put
Mhm,
out a call, like we're going to put out a call, maybe
mhm,
through various channels to get people together,
mhm,
and we'll have a whole setup to put them through complete training
mhm,
so that they can get the training that they need, so that they can
mhm,
get the employment that they need. Should they want to stay in house, they can stay in house. Should they want to,
mhm,
that would be my little contribution. That for digital marketing and for music. So it's probably
mhm,
going to be in the same space,
mhm,
and then it's going to have to be something about music marketing too. So we are going to have people who are looking to do music marketing, because music is an industry that Cameroonians are neglecting, that could really boost the economy of Cameroon. I think a lot about Cameroon because it's my
mhm.
country. And but yeah, so
We know you be Kumba Pikin now.
yeah,
Kumba Pikin.
yeah. So I'm looking at that, and every time when I talk to people, I'm like, oh, especially when I talk to people who are not sure what they want to do. I stumbled upon marketing after I learned that I don't like to be a lot around like office spaces. I like to walk by
Mhm,
myself because I have ADHD. They would say, because I cannot concentrate. If you see, I'm always fidgeting and doing all these things,
mhm,
and I'm always better in my space. So people who are like that, who find it hard to work in spaces like that, you might want to consider doing marketing, which can permit you work from anywhere on earth. You want to
mhm,
look into that option where you can just, okay, learn these skills, learn how to fetch your customers and get them, and then learn how to execute the task that they're looking to get. So,
yeah.
but definitely there's going to be a space on my there are going to be courses. I'm going to have like little courses on my
Mhm,
website that I'm preparing. I have to really make sure that everything is there so that we don't stress a lot. Consultation, you
mhm.
just book that, we talk, and then we can
Yeah,
go from there. Yep.
that's awesome. I like that idea.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm all about giving back. So,
Yeah.
legacy.
Yeah.
Something has to be left behind. If you notice, if you watch the video with your nephews and your niece
I
was
can't wait.
all about e-commerce. So that might be one of your mentees.
I spoke with her already. I spoke with her
Yes.
already. We
It's-
we bounced ideas about her business. She was like, okay, let's get it going. But my schedule is crazy. So
Yeah.
yeah, but definitely we have a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, we won't. I mean, let's not drag out the show too much. That way, we don't drag it out. Is there anything I didn't ask you that you expected me to ask you, or something that's on your mind that you want to talk about in relation to your gifts, your vocal and digital gifts? If there's anything that I
Yeah.
didn't touch on.
Uh, Businesses, people who have businesses, who are thinking about launching businesses, who are worried about product development, we can always let's put our heads together. Don't fall for the deep capitalist idea of, oh, I have to do it by myself so that nobody can say I helped him or I helped her. There's need for collaborations. We need to collaborate, even if it's not actual money exchange.
Mhm.
Maybe we need to go back to the trade by barter era where I can do your marketing and
Mhm.
you give me 4 t-shirts and I wear those t-shirts and I just do your marketing strategy for
Mhm.
you. Just
By wearing the shirts, right?
by wearing the shirts.
The design, the person's designs.
Exactly. And I
Yeah.
wear the shirt for you, and that's it. So we have to figure out ways to collaborate so that we can grow as a family, because it's all about the African spirit. It's all about Ubuntu. I am here because you are there. I
Mhm.
am here, and we are all together. We have the
Mhm.
same struggles. It's all level by level. And if
Yeah,
we put our hands together, it's going to be lighter bundle for us to carry.
that's
Music,
awesome.
book me. It's MC Zogho, show killer, energy master. When I come in the show, it's a different energy. Anybody who has seen me on stage knows I'm ready right now. I'm before even really relaunching the
Yeah.
before launching the album. I'm going to launch the album. I'm going to want to take it around, not just North America. I'm probably going to take it a lot further than North America.
Did you say you have a title for the album yet, or no? Or you're
Not
still
yet.
working
It's
on it?
going.
Okay.
It's going to be either the ambassador of Afro of the African spirit to the rest of the world. Basically, that's the meaning of the ambassador,
Mhm.
or it's going to be the rebirth because once maybe it's going to be a double album. Who knows? We can do that. We can do that. We can market that. It's all about really putting our foot on the ground and meaning that and showing that there is talent in Cameroon. There is work to be done. There is enterprise in Cameroon, and we need to really focus on that and stop getting distracted by whatever it is. Who knows? It might be your passion, but
Mhm.
if you are not feeling right in what you are doing, you might need to take a couple of steps back and look for something else that is worth your time and worth your energy, and then we
Yeah.
can work. Let's get to work. We have to rebuild Africa. We have to make Africa what it's supposed to be and or what it is that we are
Mhm.
forgetting. And I wrote something the other day. I said Africa is suicidal, and it's trying to give birth to a premature to a premature baby of TikTok and the USA, and it's
Wow.
trying to keep it's trying to keep the baby not to grow past 2 feet after she dies. So Africans are not taking Africans are not taking themselves serious. They're not putting themselves first. They don't know their power, and they are trying so much to be like the US, and they're trying to be like TikTok.
Mhm.
And no, don't
Yeah.
look
Yeah.
look for those things. There's a lot of things.
Yeah.
Please just log in. I'm MC Zogo, the versatile voice of AfroFusion. Social media. I have a website too, mczogo.com. I have Zappy Digital Marketing. You can check me out. Don't do it right now. I'm gonna just follow up in a couple of weeks and wait.
Well, with the
But maybe,
website, right? The website, but you're
but my
on
social
social media. Mhm.
I'm on social media. Let's get to work. I have a couple of ideas to share with you guys, and if because I see people are running all over the place, we need to get ourselves back. We need to regroup. We have a lot of work to do
Mhm.
together. Solo, we are gonna fail, no doubt. Try
Mhm. Yeah, you have a shout out from Multi Sweet Melodies. He said,
it.
shout out to my brother MC Zogo.
I saw that. I thought it was just a pop up. Hey, multi sweet link up. It sounds like an artist. Multi sweet melodies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
If
so
if you're an artist, let's link up. Let's collaborate. We can jump in the studio right now. I just
and
drop a
do
verse. You
something.
drop a verse, and we get it going. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I mean, you guys, you heard it. MC Zogo, he gave you the shout out to all his social media. Reach out to him. So
Mhm.
proud of my little brother. Yeah, we fight, we make up, we love each
Mhm.
other. At the end of
Mhm.
the day, I recognize his talent. He's a very talented young man. And I mean, I'm proud of him. I'm really proud, and I'm honored to have to interview you. When we started this show, we talked about, it was about showcasing, documenting my life.
Yeah.
And I don't like the spotlight on me, but through the people I'm bringing on this show, you get to know a little bit about me and, of course, my family and all that. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for honoring the invitation to be here today. And thank everybody who watched the show today, or everybody who shared the video, or who will share the video, and who will subscribe to the channel, because
Mhm.
we have a lot more lined up this month, and for February it's going to be interesting. But thank you all so much, and until next time, thank you for watching the Saaghe Fogwe podcast. Ciao.